I have been giving the live signal, and so hello everybody. My name is Ellie, or Ellieceraptor, and I have the honor and privilege of being the opening run for this storied and respected marathon, and it is a true honor, and I will do my best to showcase what Diablo 2 speedrunning is all about. There are a bunch of... Oh yeah! I have a wonderful commentator with me. I have the honor to have certain someone. Would that person like to introduce themselves?
Of course. Hello everybody, it's Toad, your friendly RGL member and speedrunner, and Ellie is gonna absolutely destroy some Diablo 2 here, so get ready.
That's the hope. Alright, so there are a lot of things to cover, but it's better to just get started so we can get into this. And what would be a good name, you think, Toad?
What about Trans Lives Matter?
See, oh, Trans Lives, great. There we go.
Great.
Yes.
That's perfect.
Yep. All right. So I guess in 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Woo! So Diablo 2. I don't really think I need to introduce a lot of people to what this game is. It is a classic. It is a game that's still very much alive. A lot due to the fairly recent remake they released. This is the original. The original is what I prefer to play and run. And I've been doing so for, I don't know, 8 years maybe. But yes, the speedrun itself is like heavily focused on reading maps, based on specific rules on how they are generated, because they are procedurally generated, but they are generated based on rules. And a lot of those rules are well known, so maps can still be built in really crazy ways that make no sense. But I can always make very educated guesses, both based on knowing the rules of specific areas and dungeons, as well as from experience of knowing what specific tiles look like. So there isn't really any map rules to really that you really have to deal with until we get a bit further in. But yeah, the first thing we're gonna do is just clear out the Den of Evil, because hopefully, there we go. See, these shamans are really annoying because they like to resurrect the dead fallen, and you don't want that because the objective here is to clear out the entire den of all enemies. So I usually try to make sure to just kill the shamans first. But the reason why we're doing den is because there's a quest for it that says that when you complete it, gives you the reward of you get an additional skill point, which is really useful for increasing your damage, and more importantly, oh, I have mana potions. More importantly, it unlocks the ability to reset all of your spent attribute and skill points, so that you can spend them again. And at the very, very end, the very last boss fight in the game, if things go our way, doing like it goes our way here in Act 1 out of 5, I'm going to be using that respec. Otherwise, the only thing we're going to benefit from here is +1 to experience, or +1 to skill, +1 skill point, which is still like very nice.
Yeah, that skill point is always really really useful in the beginning of this, even casually. It's always nice to get that extra skill point in there and play around with it.
Yeah, like in speedrun, when you speedrun this game, like there are a lot of beneficial things you can get from. There we go, and that's it. That's the last enemy. Like there are a lot of quests that give you like very useful rewards, but they're often not really worth it, because you have to go out of your way to do them. Dead of Evil is just very nice in that it's on the way, like from the in the very first area. It can be fairly quick to do, and like a lot of the classes, different classes, like had like there's like slightly different ways of like doing things, like with skills and like different skill routes, and some of them like require that you use the respec that you get from clearing the dun. Assassin is like one of the classes where you don't technically need it, but there's an alternative and faster strat for the final boss. But yes, as you may see, I don't know how familiar you are with the game, but something that might look a bit odd right now is that I am basically just waving my arm and explosions happen. There is one of the major glitches of this game, of which there are a lot of glitches in this game. Most of them are not useful or are outright detrimental to you. But one of them, like one of the most useful, most impactful one, is a glitch that lets you swap the animations of 2 different skills, so that one skill uses the animation of a different skill, which can be extremely useful if one skill that or spell that you rely on like is very slow. But there is another skill that you have that you don't really use, but has a very much faster animation. Basically means you can use the good spell or skill at the speed of the fast spell, and that is. It's not universally applicable. Like there are only a few classes that actually really benefit from it, but the ones that do, like, it is incredibly powerful. The two that most primarily benefit from it are like the Paladin and Amazon. But yeah, if I was running either of those, I would have gone into it. But basically, you just swap skills and you break the game with those classes or those characters.
Another experience shrine.
Yeah, we are getting a lot of like this is insane luck in terms of with our shrines. So shrines are basically temporary passive buffs that spawn as objects in the world, on the world map, in the maps, and each different shrine has a different effect or passive buff. There are really only two that matter for us when we're running Assassin, and like a few that can be like helpful. But the two that we are like actually like that we actually want are skill shrines, which will give +2 to all your skill levels while it's active, which is a lot. And the one that we currently have, which is the experience shrine, which boosts the amount of experience you gain from killing monsters by, is it twice? does it double it? I think it doubles it. It is significant. And one of the most core aspects of speedrunning Diablo 2 is experience management. Because we have, like, the only thing that we need, to hit, the only restriction to be able to finish a run is that we need to hit level 20 to be able to finish a quest in the last act of the game. So we have up until the end of Act 5 to hit level 20. And so there are a bunch of different ways of ensuring that you keep your experience curve up in such a way that you will be that level by the time you get there. And experience shrines expedite that process by so much.
Do they stack?
No, you can only have one shrine effect active at a time. So if you have experience shrine and you activate, say, a stamina shrine, the stamina shrine will overwrite the experience, so it's gone. Okay, so another significant part of managing experience is that you want to be very specific about the things that you are actually killing. A lot of base enemies, like you see me, I'm running away from a lot of enemies because they're not worth killing in terms of their experience. But like in every area, a certain amount of groups of enemies, will have an enhanced version of a base enemy that will have a randomly generated name and have a randomly assigned
title.
Title, but also an assigned attribute to it, or an effect to it. Some of which are pretty irrelevant. Some are decidedly really bad, but the thing is with boss, they also come with a group of. Oops, forgetting to reapply burst of speed. They come with a group of minions, which are basically slightly stronger versions of the same base type enemy as the boss. And they also, bosses and their minions give 5 times the amount of experience that the basic versions do. So you generally just want to focus on finding bosses and killing bosses for the experience. Ooh, this is really good though. There's also another, there's a step below, I guess.
Champion.
Yeah, champions. Champions are basically just a small group, well, generally a small group of slightly enhanced, here's an example of boss, but slightly enhanced base version, a slightly enhanced version of a base type enemy type. And they... Usually it's not necessarily worth killing them. They give 3 times the base experience, but they can often take a lot longer to kill. And they can be, it's usually not worth it unless there are a few specific enemies that are definitely worth killing. Oh, there we go. That one was cold enchanted, which means that boss activated a spell called Frost Nova as it died, which hit me and slowed me down for a bit. That is one of the more annoying ones. All right. So this boss has, let's see, Mold Pos the Destroyer, which is an excellent name. Has the effect of fire resistance. My damage is fire based, so my damage is significantly lowered. So it's not worth trying to kill him because it would take too long. All right. So the first thing that we are trying to do... Oops, I screwed up. I miskilled a bit there. That's fine. That is not a big deal. Yeah, I put my skills incorrectly there, but it's okay. It's not the end of the world. It will very slightly decrease my damage potential, but the focus of the first start of this run is I need to go to this countess. Ooh, that's not bad, because she has guaranteed to drop a thing like things called runes, and runes are basically the thing that we are going to be using to like circumvent or like circumvent the whole like gear, like having to find equipment to be able, because this game is very famously all about finding loot, gearing up, becoming more powerful, and runes create rune words, and rune words are a consistent way of getting powerful items that will like be enough to get us through the game quickly. So we are going.
What rune words are we looking for here?
There are 2 rune words that I am looking for specifically. It is leaf and a rune word called leaf and a rune word called stealth. Even though like between those 2, between those 2, I will need a tall rune, an eth rune, a ral rune, and a tear rune. And we got a tear rune and a tall rune last time, so that's good. That is half the runes we need. So Countess is guaranteed to drop. I think guaranteed to drop. Well, not guaranteed. She can't like drop nothing sometimes, which is always fun. But she is like more or less guaranteed to drop up to 3 runes, and if you get really lucky, she can actually drop a 4th one. But and she only sorry.
No, that's okay. I said I didn't even know she could drop 4.
Yeah, it's something to do with like using her actual drop table, because the runes are not technically not. I don't actually really know how it works, but it's something to do with drop tables and stuff, which is also always a thing. So we're going to be doing that. The thing is, there are 2 runes that I absolutely do need to be able to comfortably give myself, like, comfortably feel like that I will get below estimate with this run. Is the tall and the eth rune, because they make the stealth, and stealth is across the board an amazing rune word for speedrunning. There we go. There's the ral rune.
Wow. Okay.
So we just need the eth rune now. This is great.
Yeah.
This is great.
I think stealth, for its weight and how early you get it, might be the best rune word in the game, because it's just so good and you can get it so early.
Indeed. Like, it is an extremely powerful rune word. So, and like the other rune word, which I actually have now, is the Roter and Ral, which create leaf, and leaf will hugely boost our damage. Like it will give a massive damage boost to us, which is good. And the alternative, like the faster boss strat at the end that I mentioned earlier, depends on you getting a leaf.
Okay.
So
if we could get a...
So yeah, we are definitely going to be doing the faster boss strats. So that's exciting.
Yeah, heck yeah. Get that rune word here. Get it 3 trips and be done. Come on.
Heck yeah. I also want to make sure that I have good experience, but my experience is like, I have quite good experience for where I am right now. Oh, okay, actually, the tower that we are currently running through to the Countess is actually a great place to explain like what map rules are. Okay, so I'm just going to take.
Yeah.
So map rules are basically from how we know that maps are built when they are built, and we know which direction to go based on how the entrance tile to a floor is is aligned, how it's rotated. And so for example, based on the way the entrance tile here on the minimap looks, I know that this is forward, this is direction forward, this is direction left, and like it's the direction right here. And I know that every floor except the very first one and the last one like will always have the exit to the left of the entrance. As you can see here, this is forward and this is left.
That's such a neat, like, weird little trick.
It is.
Like, it's so cool, because I never would have thought about something like that otherwise.
Yeah, people looking, I imagine it's just people having spent a lot of time like looking at maps and delving into code and all of that to figure these things out. But yes, it is extremely helpful. There are some maps that do not have known map rules. We will be getting to one of them at the end of this act in the catacombs. Oh, you're a boss cube, actually. But yeah, that's first we need to get our runes. I can still make some pretty good, like, educated guesses on, like, where I need to go based on the tiles that the tiles that I see. I know which tiles are dead ends, etc. But we will save that until we get there, because I still need that Ethrune.
Dang, I was hoping for a clean 3.
That would have been lovely, but this is Diablo 2.
Yeah, let us say RNG is pretty much the name of this entire game.
Indeed, it's really one of the most appealing parts of running this game is, like, because it is so dynamic in how it is put together. No run is going to be the same, and it is such a satisfying. It's so satisfying how every run you have to apply your, like, knowledge base and experience to read every map, and to, like, when you do find an item that, like, really benefits, like, you know that this is going to be really beneficial and worth picking up, because the only thing I'm really going to be picking up generally are things that I will be able to sell for gold, because we are going to be burning through mana potions and some health potions, but mostly mana potions. Is the boss? Nope. And yeah, that is definitely where our goal is going to go.
That, or maybe gambling something in case you need it.
Nope, I've never gambled in a speedrun. Like,
that's fair.
You don't need to. Like, all the gear that we really need, we will get from the rune words.
True.
Alright, so I am soon level 12, which is when which is when the primary damage skill of the assassin is becomes available, which is Wake of Fire, which is
So nice.
it's a real it is a fantastic skill, and it is going to really let us go very, very fast, which is always what you want. There we go, we got our runes.
Oh, let's go, alright!
Excellent.
That's still really good.
Yeah, it took a bit longer than I would have liked, but I am happy. Let's see, no, that does nothing for us. We can use here. Ooh, a belt. Do you like belt?
Belts do give you,
Yeah, they add more levels of, like, that you can put potions into to like far more easily use them.
Use them with hotkeys, yeah.
Because as I said, we're going to be using a lot of them. And the belt is it's the highest level of belt that we're going to get, so this is, wow, this is kind of insane with the amount of experience shrines we're getting. But yeah, we have our runes now, so we can move on. Right.
Like, can you use the runes?
Yes, I'm going to... There we go. As you can see, like, it's red. In the background of it is red. That means that I can't actually wear it yet. It has a level requirement of 17. But it has the game has a fun little glitch. It's like very minor benefit, but it does, like, for a a small amount of time after you create a rune word, and you're like in a piece of equipment that you're wearing, it will actually have the active effects active, yeah, until the game basically checks to see that, oh wait, you can't actually use this. So it's a nice little way of potentially, yeah, a little bit, you know, a few seconds of being able to run faster. So what stealth does is that it increases our movement speed, cast rate, the casting speed, and our hit recovery by 25%. It's the movement speed that matters the most to our to assassin. But it is extremely nice. And once we hit level 17, we're going to go fast.
Oh, there's 12.
There is 12, and we have Wake of Fire, which means we go even faster.
Oh, I love it. Oh, the assassin's so much fun.
Yes, yeah, assassin is my primary class. The game has seven classes, yes. 5 in the original, and then the other 2 in the expansion. And assassin was added in the expansion, and she's my favorite for speedrunning. She's definitely the character that I've spent the most time with over the years, and I'm the most comfortable with. Alright, so the map rules for the jails is that the first 2 levels are always forward, so the alignment is like the way it's rotated here knows that I need to go like in this direction. Are you fine? You're fine. Sure. So I am going to try to ensure that I move in this direction as much as possible. And there it is.
Nice. Yeah, that's so satisfying.
Indeed. I agree. Like, this game is... Like, the game itself is incredibly satisfying, but speedrunning it is even more so. Like, I would be more than willing to teach you.
I can't.
Sounds wonderful. One of these days.
This experience was like, we're getting so lucky with experience shrines and boss groups and everything.
I can't.
Like
Yeah,
our
this
experience
one
is
great.
should we have the boss group in here somewhere, right? Yes. Even though that is.
How do you know how to look for boss groups?
I know that certain tiles like are like likely to have a boss group in it, and that is something that comes from experience. As you can see, like I knew there was forward, but the game. Just because I know that I need to go forward doesn't mean that it's going to be a very direct path.
Yeah, I hate these enemies.
Ghosts?
Yes, they suck your mana, and it's just mean.
It is mean. You know my favorite thing in all of Diablo 2 though? So as you mentioned, there are champion packs, or and champions, like champions don't have like titles like bosses do, but there are a few different types of champions, and one of them, like the one champion variation is called Ghostly, so it just adds the word ghostly to the beginning of the boss of the enemy. So when you find a ghost in Ghost in the Tower, it will, and it's a ghostly, it will actually say ghostly ghost, and that makes me happy every single time.
That's amazing.
It always makes me smile when I come across a ghostly ghost.
Ghostly ghost.
It is wonderful.
Oh.
So the catacombs is the one of the few areas, or dungeons, where there aren't really known map rules. There is a known map rule on the second floor, but it is like the relation between two different things you can find on the map. So you have to find one of them to know the alignment of the other. So
Okay, that definitely sounds a lot more complicated.
yeah. But the thing with with areas like catacombs is that because I've played this game so very much, like I know what. Oh, I have no town portal scroll. Okay. Well, hopefully we do not run out of resources here. But yeah, I know I know that if I see that. There we go. Okay, I will know I know the alignment of the.
Good day.
I know the alignment of the way down now, because of that I found the waypoint there, which is the fast travel system in this game. See, I'm just gonna buy some stuff here, and then we move back down.
Excellent.
Yeah. So I know that it is the way down is like right of. Wait, is it? Yeah, I think it's right. I'm pretty sure it's right. So I'm just gonna go in this direction, and hopefully, eventually, we will find the. Is it actually left? Oh wow!
Tricky Diablo.
This experience is insane.
Holy moly! Look at all these units.
Maybe it is left. No, okay. I think it curves. I think it curves here. Yeah, here we go. There's the stairs. Alright, so
Nice.
one more floor and then we get to the first boss. Which I think is maybe the most people's favorite boss in this game.
And Dariel is a babe.
She is.
Also, from my old Diablo 2 days, isn't that the one you farm for the Stones of Jordan, I think they're called? It's been a long time.
Maybe.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
That is a very long time ago, and I, like, believe it or not, I never really went that hardcore into... I played a lot of Diablo 2 when I was younger, but
Sure.
I was never, like, that deep. I never went that deep in it. That mostly happened after I started speedrunning it.
Ah.
There we go. And alright, ideally I would have liked to have cleared or finished Act 1 in less than 20 minutes or 30 minutes, but it should be fine. So one of the very nice things about Andariel here is that she has minus 50 fire resistance, so she basically takes 30% or takes 50% more of my primary damage. So that is quite helpful. Alright, so I'm going to exit there because every time I save and quit, I respawn in town, which is faster than, you know, opening a town portal. See, there we go. Oh, we even have an additional Rald rune. Rald runes, besides making Leaf, also give fire resistance when you cram them into your head. So fire resistance is really good. That's not a very good one. Fire resistance is really good for especially Act 4, so I will happily take that. Oh, actually, let's have to do this. So the leaf rune word is made in a staff, and I need a staff with 2 holes in it. That is not magic, and I ideally in a short staff, because it has higher attack speed.
The socket finding game.
Indeed. Generally, you don't really deal with vendors that much, just a few things that you will need, like as basis for rune words, etc. But like in the longer categories, there are specific items that you need to buy from specific vendors at specific parts of the run, and that is a absolute nightmare. There we go.
That sounds like a nightmare.
There we go. There's our leaf. Leaf, as you can see, the relevant part of leaf is the +3 to fire skills. The +3 to fire skills is like applies to, like, it doesn't, like, you may think that, oh, it's for sorcerers, but no, it doesn't mention a specific class requirement to it, so it literally applies to anything that is a fire skill. And all of our traps just so happen to be fire skills.
Damn, that's a nice upgrade. I never do that.
Yeah, it's awesome. It is an incredibly useful thing. Alright, so I mentioned that generally you only want to kill boss groups, but there are a few like enemy types where like they give enough experience that it is worth killing just the basic enemies, and those beetles are one of those enemy types. They give a lot of experience, which is very useful.
Yeah, they're also like, I remember that lightning they shoot out to be one of the most frustrating things. Playing this.
It is certainly it can be a bit precarious. If you're not careful, it will absolutely destroy you. Okay, so now that we're in Act 2, the objective in Act 2 is that we need to gather 3 items in 3 separate dungeons. The first one here in Halls of the Dead, where we will find probably the coolest aspect of Diablo 2, and that is the Horadric Cube, which you can do a lot of things with the Horadric Cube, but for the purpose of speedrunning, not like we're basically only going to be using it for the actual like story-related things. But there we go. So the map rules for these tombs is that is left. So I am going left from the entrance. Unfortunately, left doesn't mean that the first left is not the actual correct path. So this one spawned behind the entrance. So
God, that's so mean.
yeah, it is. It is something that you need to learn to deal with. And it can have, like, sometimes you can just get the most insane, nonsensically connected maps. So, just in this chamber, in this chest here, we are going to find the Roger Cube, which is the first of our 3 items that we need to get, or 3 artifacts.
Good day.
Second
Roger
one,
Cube.
the second one, I get some cold resistance. The second one is like depending on how the maps work out. Like we're either going to go get a staff or an amulet, and that all depends on like the spawn, like where they spawn. Waypoints and dungeon entrances, etc. So we will. I have no idea which one we will going to find first. It's a surprise to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Overworld.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that this game is so well made that just look how fast you can teleport between locations. That's so good. Like, I love that aspect of this game. Just how fast you can play it at, like, top speeds. Like, seeing how talented you are going through this game. It's wild how fast you can load screens.
Thank you.
Go through menus and everything.
A lot of, like, menuing, etc. and shopping just purely comes from having done it thousands upon thousands of times. But yeah, the overworld maps also have map rules to them, but they are a bit different. Generally, the rules dictate like in which corner, like the overworld maps in Act 2, like all the entrance is always in a corner, and the exit to the next zone is always in a corner. So I always try to like go the most direct path. Did we find the waypoint? Nope. Gosh, I'm sorry. I'm playing a game where map is M, so a different game where map is M. So I tried opening the map, but that's not how it works in this game. But yeah, I did not find the waypoint here, so I'm going to do a thing called TP dropping, and I'm out of town portals. But TP dropping is a way of potentially saving you a lot of time by cutting out backtracking. By if you put down a town portal somewhere and keep running, you bank on the off chance that you will find the waypoint further ahead, so that you can just use the waypoint, go back to town, and then go back into the town portal you just set down and go back to exploring to find the previous thing. It is a slightly more advanced... okay, this was a successful TP drop because I found the waypoint, so now I can
Nice.
more easily, instead of having to like run halfway through the previous zone to get back to Far Oasis, which is where one of the dungeons is, I can just go back to like exploring Far Oasis. So I saved a little bit of time.
Excellent, excellent. All frames are there and accounted for.
They're mine for the taking. Oh, there we found the waypoint, which we don't really need anymore.
And yes, this is a
Oh, we do
24/7
have a
live
beetle
stream.
burst. Okay, so actually, and there's the maggot hole, or maggot lair, as it is actually known.
Maggot hole works too. This
Yes.
is a nightmare dungeon.
This place sucks. So the map rule for the maggot hole is right. It's right for the first levels, and the third one it is forward. But this game doesn't really deal too well with tight corridor, tight spaces, especially not certain skills and contraptions. Like my primary damage skill, Wake of Fire, basically puts down a trap that spews waves of fire at enemies. I have no control over it. It will just like fire at the closest enemy a few times until it has used all of its charges and then just detonate, which yeah, it will just disable. The thing is that placing like if a trap is too close to a wall when it's spawned, it will actually not be able to shoot past the wall, and like the wall will just absorb every single wave. So it does absolutely nothing, and it happens a lot.
Designers wanted everybody that wasn't melee to suffer here.
I mean, okay. If that is the case, then I am okay for it. I'm okay with it because in literally every single other aspect in this game,
That's true.
melee, no one suffers greater than the melee builds.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Which is extra fun because if you're speedrunning barbarian character, he doesn't have anything but melee attacks. Unless you're doing a hell run, but in a normal run you literally have to rely on actually hitting things. And as you can see, we got a really unfortunate map. Maggot Lair, or Maggot Hole, is one of the worst like dungeons in the game for this reason. Act 2 in general is the worst act in the game, in my opinion. That's purely because I have been speedrunning for so long. Because Act 2 is the act where the difference between a good run and a bad run is the biggest. Like, no act kills runs as hard as Act 2. And as frequently.
I would have thought it would be. I guess when the RNG factors are the biggest thing, and not so much the enemies anymore. Then yeah.
No, it's not like it is the RNG factor. Like the actual layout of the map is, you know, random. And it's just not a good time. Let's just say that. At least, like, one thing that slightly makes up for how awful this is that you can get like a lot of beetles down here, and beetles do still give good experience, which I guess is a silver lining.
Soon.
Go, yeah, one more level, and then we go extra zoom.
Love the speed. I mean, nobody beats the sorceress, but
yes,
the assassin's got the...
Sorceress is the fastest class. She's also, I would say, the most difficult one because Sorceress, basically the way I put it is that Sorceress has 10 HP, she has 10 health, and everything in normal hits for 20. When you get to Nightmare, the higher difficulty, she has 100 health, and everything hits for 1000. And when you get to Hell, Sorceress has... She has like 500 health, and everything hits for 1,000,000. Let's buy potions. How much money do I have? Ooh, I do not have a lot of gold.
Good day.
I love how I love the tech for like quickly buying potions. So satisfying. Like every time that you unequip a belt, it will try to move all of the potions that you like above the first tier into your inventory. But yeah, and if your inventory is full, it will just drop them on the ground. But it means that if you just buy a full... Oh, that's right, I have a thing in my... It will basically just fill your belt, and then you just unequip the belt and move all the potion to the inventory, and then just fill it again, pick it up, fill it again, and etc. And it just fills your inventory really quickly.
Part of that incredible speedrun menuing speed that comes with this game. It happens so fast you might even realize it with the equipping and unequipping of the belt.
Yeah. Alright, so this I like to call this dungeon the Pinball Arcade, because the snakes are the pinball wizards, because they like to pinball you. And I'm sure you will... Okay, basically what they do is that... See if we can get them... There we go. They will charge you and just knock you back. And it can and will stun block you. And they can just keep doing it and destroy you. So Assassin is a very safe class where like she's unlikely to die, but some classes like it is absolutely ruinous. Alright, and there is the final piece that we were looking for. Now we have all the pieces. Oh yeah, there we go. I'm gonna sell that first. But the whole objective to the first half of this act was just to gather the 2 pieces of a staff, and then in the cube we combine them into a bigger staff, and that staff we're going to put in an orifice to unlock the chamber of the Act 2 boss. And yes, the thing you put the staff into is actually called the orifice.
It is an honor to serve you.
It's actually called the orifice, so yeah, don't blame me, blame Blizzard. Alright, so now we have access to the palace, which we are just going to be running through because it is just
the harem.
The harem, yes, the harem go through into the cellars, and on the 3rd level of the cellar we will find the portal to what is both the most beautiful, like visually the most interesting and gorgeous area in the entire game, but also the worst area for speedrunning.
Completely random, isn't it?
It is completely random. We'll see it soon. It is right in here. Ooh. Pop this. Ah, they are going to die. We get experience.
Yay!
Yay! So this is Arcane Sanctuary. As you can see, there it's a central platform with 4 spokes going. There's no known way of predicting which of these 4 spokes is the correct one where the exit to the next area is. So you just pick one and you go down it and you hope for the best.
Now let's see, chat. See if you can guess which one it is. You know?
Yes, yeah. You can both guess on which of the 4 ways is the correct one, and also how many paths we're going to have to go down.
Until you find the correct one.
Yep. So it can be anything from technically it's only 4. You can only like make 4 guesses, but sometimes you just get trapped by ghosts or other enemies, and you have to save and quit because you are going to be killed otherwise, and you have to go down, like, you can't finish a path, so you have to go down that path again, and like you can basically say that you can essentially get like 5 or 6 or 7 Wade if you have to do it enough, which is always fun.
Yeah. Gotta repeat.
Oh, we get 1 way. Holy heck.
Oh. Wow.
And there we are level 17, which means that our stealth is activated.
Oh. Speed time. Oh my god, first try. Let's go. The RNG on this run has been captivating.
It is definitely above average in terms of luck.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Here.
So,
Your decoy is dead.
alright, so I'll put that there, and so by going through by reading the book in there, the game shows you with a symbol, and you will, there are, how many, it's like 7 tombs, like along the walls of this canyon, that each have a symbol, and the correct one that we need to go into is the one that we found in the book, and the order of the tombs is always the same, the location. So I know that the smile one is always here, so the map rule here is just left. Ideally, when you get here, oh, there we go. There, as you can see, it says orifice, and we take the staff and we put the staff in the orifice. Alright, so this boss that we are about to fight, Duriel, is a huge difficulty spike for a lot of people, like me included. Like I struggled so hard when I was little trying to beat him. But like in the speedruns, generally is like not that bad. But there is a fun thing you can do where you can almost where you can cheese him in and. Get it? Dang it! If we don't get it, we don't get it. It's not necessary to kill him, but it is faster, it's a lot safer, and it looks funny. So, if I can get it, that would be good. Nope, I was too close.
Oh yeah, I forgot that he always likes to say looking for bail.
Whoa, that was a freaky voice. Alright, so I'm joined on commentary by Dirty. Oh, there we go. Now he's stuck.
Oh, look at that!
Now he's stuck against the pillar, and he is so confused and sad. So we can just keep throwing our wings of fire, and if we aim our grenades or fire blasts, they will also keep doing damage. There we go, and he's down. Are you kidding me? Are you actually for real, game? So we just found the best piece of equipment in a normal speedrun. We found Sanders. We found Sanders riprap, which, like, there is a stat in this game called faster run walk, which our stealth has, and usually faster run walk only only appears on boots. And there are most unique and set item boots have faster run walk on them. And the one we found, Sandra's Riprap, has the biggest possible speed boost you can get on boots, and we can equip it at level 20, and it will just make us go so fast. You can see 4% faster run walk. So that is the best speedrunning item you can get in a run. Generally, some class like Sorceress doesn't benefit as much from like movement speed. She still does. Like, it is an incredibly useful defensive skill or defensive stat, but yeah. I personally like a set like the set chain boots more. They're called Saurus something. And they only add 20% faster run walk, but they also add 25 fire resistance, and you can equip them at like level 3 or 4. So if you like, as soon as you find them, you can basically equip them. Then there's it is. But yeah, we found. I'm definitely very happy we found. Sanders in a marathon run. That is wild.
The RNG on this run just keeps getting better. I love it.
So in this act, the first part of the act, we are trying to find, again, we need to find 3 specific items, or 3 specific artifacts basically. They are in specific dungeons in specific places. And let's see, okay, that's a Great Marsh. So this is not where we want to go. It's a fun little thing. Before, like, for the majority of the lifetime of Diablo 2, there weren't really any actual skips, as we would know them. But there was a thing called a skip, and that was Marsh skip. And the only, like, so after this area, Spider Forest, it can connect to 2 different areas, either the Great Marsh or the Flayer Jungle. We want to go to the Flayer Jungle, but it is like whether Spider Forest connects directly to Flayer Jungle or not is completely random. So this is like, the only skip that we had for a long time was basically you got lucky with the map generation. And unfortunately, well, I'm not entirely like, it's still possible that we will get a skip, but
fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed indeed.
It's also a cool fact of this game is you really don't have to do every single quest.
Yeah.
In the, I guess the quest log or whatever it would be. You could skip to just the ones you need and just fly through.
Yep. Like as I said, technically the only quest you need to complete are usually just the boss ones, like the act boss ones. I don't think we're getting a skip unless this one just passes straight through to Flayer Jungle.
Come on. Got to.
Yeah, but this is the first dungeon that we need to go to find the item is the Spider Hole, or the Spider Cavern as it's actually called.
I like everything as a whole, because they are.
They are holes.
They are all holes.
You can't blame me for, calling it as it is. Alright. So, this chest here is guarded by a unique boss called Zark the Burning. He is basically a semi-truck on 8 legs. So if he hits you, you basically just split in half from the damage. So we try not to get hit by him, but you know, he's a boss, so the experience is good. Alright. It seems that we are not getting a skip, unfortunately. But the good news is that the actual waypoint in this area was right by the entrance to Black Marsh.
RNG working in mysterious ways.
Does it ever?
Another experience shrine. Let's go.
Yeah, just ran out, but that's fine. We got we got some use out of it. It's not a complete waste.
Killed the spider truck.
We did. Hey, you call it the spider truck. That is the nickname for it, actually. Oh.
Oh, this map.
I knew that the tile looked like that. I just wasn't like properly thinking ahead. There we go. Here's the Flayer Jungle. Flayer Jungle is, and we get good density. So the thing with Flayer Jungle is not only do we need to go here for one of the 3 organ pieces, pieces of the person. This is one of the most important areas in terms of for getting experience in the entire game. You want to have a lot of the small dudes with knives because they give a lot of experience, like these. They give a lot of experience, and there can be a lot of them. So, Flayer Jungle is usually where you do the last bit of experience gathering. Like, ideally you are level 20 by the time that you are through the Flayer Jungle.
Close.
I still have 1 more level.
Oh.
But it's fine, like, this density is really good. And, like, there are ways of, like, getting, like, that last bit of experience elsewhere. But ideally, we get all of it here.
There's so many enemies here, though. I imagine the experience is just floods in with all these knife-wielding.
So
many of them.
They're just so they're just so excited to show their new shiny knives.
Yeah, look at our knives! Look at our knives! Look at our knives!
I had it engraved.
With your skin. Well, now it's just a level away now.
There we go. Now we are level 19. We can start using stealth or leaf. So now our damage has gone up significantly. And also, since we are level 19, we can put the dang it.
Boots?
No, that's level 20. We can once we get a hat with a hole in it, we can put the additional raw rune we have in it to get the fire resistance.
Diablo 2 is about holes.
Maybe I'm the one who's all about holes.
Maybe it's true. You are holy.
Like Swiss cheese.
I need more.
I'm sorry, I prefer the term porous.
Oh, that's a good word.
Alright, so I did a TP drop. And we are going to have to use that TP drop because of that's just how the map's aligned. So I'm by the way, you see me picking up like very specific things, and that's because I have a pretty good idea of what is actually worth gold, so I can actually so that I can actually, you know, keep up with gold, because yeah, we're going to need some.
Diablo 2 needs so much gold.
Oh, you're ethereal. Excellent. So I'm actually going to kill that TP drop. It's fine. The waypoint was fairly close to it. And we are going to stock up on this. Oh yeah, and then also sell this. And then we are just going to... I'm just going to do this for safety. We're going to pick up the pike, which is ethereal, which is good for later. Basically, it's going to give... Basically, it's going to help us deal with an enemy faster in a little bit.
Good, good.
Or, well, in the next act. And yeah, we are definitely hitting level 20 very soon.
You're the truck now.
I am the truck. We are all trucks here.
It's true. You have to save the world, but capitalism dictates that you pay for your own potions and gear.
Well, yeah, okay, so my headcanon for the entire Diablo thing is that this world, this universe is not actually in any danger. It's that like the all of the demons and angels and humans in this world are actually like working together and just like putting on like just pretending that they need help, just so they can trick adventurers to their shops, and then specifically make sure that the adventurers get so addicted to mana and health potions that they just can't stop drinking it.
Oh.
So like it's
Okay.
all a massive ruse to keep the local economy up.
It's freaking D2 economy. I love it.
Oh. Alright, we're level 20, so that means we
Okay.
As you can see, we are running very fast now.
Jesus. You're a fighter jet now.
Yep.
Oh, truck, you're a race car.
My face is a plane. Meow. But yeah. So the Flayer dungeon level 3 is like it's always one of a set of like it's always one of a few different mazes. Some mazes are a lot longer than others. We got one of the like medium length ones, so that's nice. Go. We have the second
Nice.
piece. Oh yeah, I should push this here. Go. Alright, so now we need to go through the sewers, which one of the one of the worst areas in the game. Like there aren't really known map rules for it.
Naturally.
Oh, okay, I was confused. I thought it was in the next zone already. Of course, it's not on this side. But yeah, it's the thing with the sewers is you need to find and open the like sluice gate or something or whatever down to level 2. Like it's like the sluice thing, the draw thing is right next to it, but it is placed in a random it's placed randomly in like somewhere on the map, and it is like, oh okay, well the game is nice to us. Like if I like this super chest here, if I see it, I know that the stairs are to the right of it, and so that gives me a clue. That is the only way of like getting a clue. Otherwise, the most optimal way of looking for level 2 is just go like going around like the outer edge of the entire map.
Oh,
and sometimes the game just says that no, we did not spawn it on the outside. We spawned it in the center of the map. So you basically have gone you have run the entire perimeter of the map, but then you have to run around the inner perimeter as well, which loses a lot of time, as you may imagine. Get out of the way. And now that I'm now that I'm level 20, I no longer need an experience, so I'm going to be ignoring all the enemies.
I'm just go fast.
Unless I can't run past them. Wow, we might have a fun, dumb, silly sewer here on our hands.
Looking like it. I think I circled the sewer like 4 times once, never realizing that it could actually still be in the center as well.
Yeah, it's awesome.
This place is just such a nightmare.
These fleshy mosquito enemies are really annoying because they drain your stamina. Stamina is a really stupid system that I don't think anyone likes. So it's very annoying. Yeah, I guess it is in the center. No. You do curve. Okay, it is here. Yeah, this is what we're looking for.
Goodness. This place is huge.
Alright, we will see if I come in below estimate. I can't 100% guarantee it based on some of the unfortunate, we had some insane luck, but we had enough not great luck to make it so for us to have lost enough time combined with having to do commentary at the same time that we will find out. We will see. All right. So the entire reason we collected all of those things is that so we can put in a box with the flail, and we make the flail and we smash the orb. The herb, yes.
Smash the
exactly. The orbifice, excellent. Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
Oh no. Oh. Oh, these dudes scare me. The knock stun.
Yeah. So the these enemies here, the dolls, are is contender as the most dangerous and worst and most broken enemy in the entire game. Because when you kill them, they explode in a shower of bones, and the I don't know if it's a bug or if it's just overtuned, but the damage that that explosion deals is so intense that when you get to the highest difficulty hell, it's basically impossible. You will be one shot, regardless of your build or gear. It will just do so much damage that I'm just gonna kill you for safety. So we're about to fight I think my second favorite boss probably. Mephisto, because I think Mephisto is awesomely designed. Ow! Hopefully he does not destroy us. He flings spells, and those spells can do a lot of damage. I have 5 fire resistance. Which is not a lot.
Oh. You think you can resist fire, so it gives you a little extra resistance.
So I basically just have to stay away. Since I don't have any health potions, I basically just want to stay out of his range, so he can't hit me. With his spells, if I had health potions, I would have used my grenades more as well. But like one stray spell is all it takes before, like, for me to die, basically. There we go, and he died.
Nice.
Yeah. Alright, how much gold do we have? Greetings. Oh yeah, I need to go back to Act 1 and buy a hat.
Greeting.
What do you need? Alright, so we need to go back to Charcy real quick.
Good to see you.
There we go, and then there we go, and yeah.
Beautiful.
Now we are in Act 4. Act 4 is like the only thing we need to do is buying the wrong things. The only thing we need to do is to get to Chaos Sanctuary. And in Chaos Sanctuary we need to do things to summon, a few things to summon Diablo, which was the original final boss before the expansion. But until then we basically just run, which is one of the reasons why Sandra's boots have such a massive impact, because the final 2 acts of the game basically just revolve around running.
It's just sprint to boss.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, tried to freeze you. It's messed up.
And let them try.
Let them try it. Ellie laughs at you.
Ha ha ha. Man, I wish I could laugh like Bale does. Bale just likes having a good time.
Hey.
Bale just wanna have fun.
Oh, Bale wants to have fun. Look at all the colorful little creatures here.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's pretty.
Pretty scary, but also pretty.
Pretty, and pretty scary.
Mm-hmm.
We did not find Isabel at that time, which is A-okay, because we do not need him. I just need to find those stairs down to the river. There we go, found it. Just gonna grab the waypoint for safety. And see how obnoxious the river is. These areas love blocking you. And there are things that really hurt here, so generally do not want to be blocked.
The flippin' demons coming up that in Diablo's sanctuary and stuff. Those, I think I've been melted by them more than any other enemy in the game.
Yeah,
just by like being caught off guard.
Yeah, it certainly happens.
Because they're so fast.
Chaos Sanctuary has my least favorite enemy type in the game. Sure, why not? Get more.
Sweet.
It has a boss or an enemy type called Oblivion Knight, and
Those are the ones.
they suck.
Adriel's like, wait. Good luck.
Alright, so first order of business: make it get across these platforms that are like lead to the Chaos Sanctuary. You know which side of the bridge you need to go. You need to run down based like. I recognize the tile, so I know which side I need to go on.
Or set patterns.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we will see what kind of density we have in here. How many enemies that are in the way.
Yeah, they really do like blocking you here, huh?
Oh yeah. It's like they take inspiration from Quake 2. Alright, so we're not quite in yet. There are 2 choke points that we need to go. Okay, that's 1. And yes. Alright,
Nice.
we are in.
Woo! Good move. Smooth.
Yeah. So what you need to do in here is that there are 5 of these seals that you need to break or like interact with. When you break the seals, like it will spawn a unique boss. I'm just gonna clear this out for safety. When we break these 2 seals down here, it will spawn the boss, the like infector of souls, I think he is. I'm just gonna buy more health potions, which is he's kind of a jerk, but it shouldn't be a problem unless like we actually get surrounded. So right, we're gonna pop that. Nope, couldn't quite. Nice, there we go. No, he's easy now, as long as he actually follows us. Alright, so what we're just gonna do is that we are going to have him follow us and throw down traps as we go, so that he will keep taking damage on the way to. Gosh, there are so many things that even he gets blocked. But yeah, hopefully we deal enough damage along the way that he dies. Wow, where the F did you? That's a new one.
Quite alright. Good lord. Yeah, this is the part that he's flipping everything to you. Although crowd control seems to be one of the strong suits of the assassin traps, which is nice.
It's like a lot of it is that it's the set it and forget it nature of her traps. Oh my god. Oh, he's being healed. That's bad. Alright, that means we need to deal with him in a special way. So, sometimes, for whatever reason, I think it's Oblivionite, like, can just make enemies start regenerating health, like, really quickly. And if that happens, my damage is not high enough that I can kill Infector, but the mercenary in Act 3, like, his cold spells are... His cold spells are actually powerful enough to be able to, like, deal with...
The regeneration?
No.
Oh god.
There we go. Burn me. Like burn means that hit me. Oh yeah, why am I not throwing down these? But yeah, I just gave my mercenary my stealth, and that's because stealth also has the stats of faster cast rate, which, as the name suggests, makes it so that spells cast faster. And mercenaries benefit from stats, so yeah, that is unfortunate that we had to do that. That wastes time and some money. But it's fine. It's fine. We got him down. Alright, so this is the second boss. It's Lord Disease, which is an Oblivionite. Which, as I said, I fucking hate Oblivionites. They just have like they just like such an intense combination of, hey, how about we make an enemy type that is like really tanky, has a lot of resistances, can curse you. You can't curse them. You can't taunt them. They always surrounded with packs of fighter minions, like these dudes, Doom Knights, and they will run away when you get too close to them. So it's really it can be really difficult to hit them. It's like
more melee struggles.
All right, I'm going to say no, thank you, but I don't think that's really going to change anything.
You can try.
I can try. All right, so this is the last. There you are. This is the last 2 seals on the last boss. Which, the thing about this guy here is that he is immune to fire damage, which is not ideal, because our damage is entirely based on fire. This again. So you have to find a alternative way of dealing with Grand Vizier. Usually you just use the Act 2 mercenary. You just get him a spear and you let him poke them down. But since we already had to get the an Act 3 mercenary to deal with Infector, might as well just stick with the mercenary we have. It works just fine. Ah! So...
Oh god.
Diablo is not really too bad of a deal, especially not for Assassin. Assassin can just run around all of his attacks. The scary part is when he is that lightning breath, or lightning hose as I call it, attack. You may think that is it deals purely lightning damage, but it's actually 50% lightning damage, 50% physical damage. So even if you have capped lightning resistances, it will still do bad things to you.
That's messed up.
It is, I agree.
That's messed up. You can do that, Diablo.
Diablo also has this fun thing where he actually checks your resistances and will change his behavior, choose which of his attacks to use. So because my lightning resistance is only 5 and my fire is 60, yes, you can see he uses his lightning attack a lot more.
Oh, that's really cool.
Is it?
Smart boss. I mean, it's not good for you, but it's cool for the game.
Who are you rooting for here? I feel betrayed.
I was Durian earlier. I gotta go for Diablo a little bit here.
Alright.
You're gonna cook that Diablo. Fillet that Diablo.
I guess depending on a few things, we might end up below estimates. Hopefully, but I can unfortunately not make promises.
Nice.
Yeah, go.
Bye, Diablo.
That is 4 out of 5 bosses down. To sell all of this. Don't need that. I'm just gonna shop for potions here. I'm gonna buy a few of these. Alright. And I'm gonna stash this just in case. If you die, or when you die, you drop all of the gold you have in your inventory. But if you put it in your stash, it's safe. More or less. Alright, so welcome to Act 5. It is the most boring act in the run, because there is literally nothing we do here but run.
It's unfortunate. I mean, it is fortunate for speedrun purposes, but it's a pretty cool act overall.
It is,
through it.
From a casual perspective, yeah, I love Act 5.
They did a good job adding another act to this game. It's been so long that it's hard to just separate the expansion from the original, because it always just feels like the assassin was always there and Act 5 was always there, but it really wasn't at one point.
Yeah, rune words weren't you only had one weapon set. Jewels weren't a thing. Class specific equipment wasn't a thing.
Such cool advancements in this. Hey, this is stairs.
We just run.
Coming for you, Vale. Coming for you. I just feel bad leaving the barbarians behind, but they know what they did.
You mean the lettuce barbarian tomato?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because they good, they say lettuce out.
Lettuce.
Yeah.
Lettucey. Fricassee. Yeah, those boots are the boots and the speed boosts here just
Like this.
flying.
Like assassin is the second fastest character in the game because she's tanky. She has great she has great damage through the entire run. And one of her innate skills that burst of speed literally buffs your movement speed. So you just run faster than you just run faster naturally because of that.
Burst of speed, the boots, it's beautiful. I love seeing speed, and this is just speed.
It's a classic movie.
It's a movie.
It's a movie. It is certainly it is certainly one of the movies of all time. So I don't like the cave maps very much, but the map rules are left. No, sorry, the map rules are right. Why am I? Yes, that is left, right? Yes, that is left. For some reason, this game confuses me, makes me confused, what is between right and left. It is weird.
You have to base it off the entrance, so yeah, it can get very confusing.
It's more that I forget that which side is left and which side is right.
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh, this is not looking like a very fun map either.
I can't.
Lots of trolling here, late.
Yeah. Game
That
doesn't.
is left, right.
Game doesn't want us to finish on the desk. Come on, game. Now you're just being spiteful.
That's true.
Do you really want to make me cry?
That's kind of mean.
Are we going to have to start this entire marathon off with a grown woman crying on stream?
Oh, that'd be so sad. You heard it. You heard her, Diablo 2.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Diablo 2... Oh man, this is the waypoint. This is...
Good lord, this is the worst dungeon map layout. Holy moly, this is...
Okay, I mean...
This is my experience when I played.
I will admit that if I had been a little bit more derusted,
Sure.
I probably would have been able to do a better read of the situation, but it was a bad map. That was just no joke,
Yeah.
a bad map.
Yeah, every corner was just a dead end.
So we have one more cave map, and then we have the quest that is the reason why we need to be level 20. Which is when we fight the Ancients.
Ooh, yes, the ancient.
The Ancients.
I can't.
Of course.
You gotta have another dead end fit in there for the end. Why not?
Alright, this is
They
like...
also.
I mean, hey, this is more or less the perfect showcase for this game. Like, we've gotten both insanely good RNG and we've gotten insanely bad RNG. So it is showing the complete breadth of running this game. Locked here. These Moon Lords are bad. I like to call them. I like to call them Rip Lords because they like to rip and tear my face.
Oh, it's almost very Doomish. I like it. Rip and tear.
Until the run is done.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, there we go. Just going to stock up potions. I'll just repair because there's really no reason to. And drop one of these here. And so there are a few interesting things about the Ancients here. They actually spawn with random gear. And you, like, most of the time it's not like in normal, it doesn't really matter, but if they spawn with fire resistance gear, like, that is bad. But they seem to be taking appropriate amount of damage from our fire damage, so it's not a problem.
Nice, nice. Yeah, the one thing about Hell is it's so hard to deal with all the resistances Hell throws at you, and like at this point in Hell, it's just a nightmare.
I mean, yeah, Hell speedruns are
fittingly named.
Quite so. Ooh, Alright, so one thing you do, like the only real way of cheesing this is like if you put yourself, like, stand in what? If you stand in a corner or like too close to a wall, Talik, there we go. Like, who has whirlwind attack, he will actually just, when he spins to you, he will actually stand on top of you. When he is on top of you, he will never, like, use his whirlwind attack. So you can just, like, yeah, if you just do this, you can just, like, stand here and get the full damage from both your wakes of fire and your fire blasts. Which speeds things up quite a bit.
Hey, it looks like it.
Wah! Ah! There we go.
Nice. Free level.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm just going to buy potions. Because they are in the final stretch. Which is...
Right, Bale.
3 levels of maps with no known map rules, and then we have one of the, I think, the most recent, like, big speedrun development in Diablo 2, even though it's been a few years now since it was discovered. So for those unfamiliar with Diablo 2 or even the expansion, that before you get to fight Baal, you actually have to do, like, kill 5 waves of, like, you have to do 5 boss waves basically, that he will spawn one after the other. However, there is a way of basically making the game think that it has spawned a wave, and at the same time, like, have the wave not spawn, but, like, and the game think that means that you have killed that wave and will just move on to the next one. So basically, you can skip all 5 waves if you do it correctly. And it is tricky. Like, it is very precise. Like, the things you need to do, it's like basically a sequence of things you need to do, like movement and positioning you need to go to very specific times. but if you have a good setup for it, like you can make it very consistent. And okay, I'm not gonna say anything until we get there. I'm not gonna jinx myself. Another lovely map. But yeah, we are definitely going well
Very
above
nice.
the estimate.
That's
It happens. Alright, so this is the Throne of Destruction. So first we need to just clear out this outer area, make sure that we can just stand here peacefully. And
these dudes and their whirlwinding chain, ball and chains are
so
brutal.
now, yeah, now I need to focus because I need to count and. Alright, so first I need to clear this place out, which will make Bale laugh, and that's my cue. There we go. I'm going to unequip this because it makes this a bit easier. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2. Yes, okay, that's one. That's wave 1 skipped. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 2 wave skipped. 4. There we go. I think that's 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I did not go far enough. Alright, let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so this is the 4th wave that you're supposed to fight. So we did skip the first 3. I'm going to try kiting them out of here. Which I should probably use this for, and then we are going to... No, stop following me! There we go, thank you.
Oh.
2, 3, 4. No, I think I got it. We will find out shortly. If Bale just turns around and enters through the portal. Alright, 4 out of 5, yes.
Beauty. Just like Ellie.
Wave skips is one of the things that I feel I am actually comfortable with. As I said, it is tricky and it is a bit fickle, but it's fun. I like it. It is essentially frame perfect. Yeah, let's go with that. Alright, so, and also, so the reason why I cleared the den at the very start is because so I can respec, put everything in vitality, we go here and we start putting... So by respecking and redistributing our skills, I now have several more levels in my damage skills, which will obviously increase the damage I deal to Bale significantly. Which, yeah,
Oh yeah, look at that damage.
yeah, Assassin, her Bale kill speed is fine generally, but it is a bit on the slower side compared to some of the other classes. Oh yeah, this is Bale. This is the final dude, and he can either be really kind, like basically not move around or do anything, yeah, he can be very nice to you and not do much, or he could be the biggest, most obnoxious jerk in the history of everything. Oh yeah, it's already halfway dead.
Yo, let's go, Ellie.
Living on a prayer.
We're halfway there indeed.
There we go. That's one of the things you can do, which is annoying, but you know, clone is not really that much of like big of a deal for assassin. It's worse for like barbarian or druids, like most other classes.
I like this spot you've chosen to tank here and just unload.
Yeah, the thing that I like to do when fighting Bailey is, like, he does his cold wave, and that the cold wave will continuously knock you back as it like moves forward. So I just like stand with my back to a wall, so it won't keep knocking me back. Alright, so ideally we do not need to go back and buy more potions, which is, yeah, it's like not looking very unlikely. Like,
Oh yeah, you got it.
yeah, and time is as soon as he dies. Yeah, got him.
Yo,
Got him.
GG.
Boom. A bit overestimate, but that's just the nature of Diablo 2. I'm happy with the run. I'm satisfied that I got to show it off. The game that I have put like well over 10,000 hours into over the past several years, and I'm going to keep putting unhealthy amount of hours into it.
Unhealthy, no. Healthy and making beautiful speedruns, entertainment, and art for us to enjoy, yes.
Yes. All right. Well, I just wanted to say that it is a real honor and privilege to be chosen as the opening run to this amazing and storied marathon. RGL is an incredible. I love RGL and all the RGL does, and yeah, it is a real honor, and I'm so excited that we have like over a week of just incredible speedruns ahead of us, and I hope that you all enjoyed, and that you all will continue to enjoy all the amazing content coming up. And I would like to sell myself off by saying that Black Lives Matter and trans rights are human rights.
Correct. Trans rights, human rights, Black Lives Matter. Remember, we're all in this together, everybody. And thank you for the GGs. Thank you for having me as a co-commentator again. I always appreciate
it's an honor. It's an honor.
Bringing me on and having being on here for these incredible Diablo 2 runs, which you explained very well as you go through, by the way.
Thank you. Well, yeah, I'm done.
Alrighty then. Soon upcoming next, we got Titan Quest. So more action like the D2 realm.
Speedrunning.